Good morning. This is the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. My name is Dave Burney.
I'm Brent Apperson. Good morning.
I have a question, Brent.
Yes.
And it's a nature question, so
Ooh.
I don't know if either one of us can answer this, but,
Okay.
you know, there's always these questions about whether certain animals down on the chain a ways feel pain.
Oh.
I know this is an odd subject to start out with, but I went down to Ansley yesterday and just threw in a worm. See if I could catch a fish.
Uh-huh.
It was really kind of rainy, and then before I left, the sun come out. It turned out pretty nice. And I got to say, before I get into the animal side of it, they have done such a great job at the park there. The Ansley Park is really, really nice. Got really nice playground equipment for the kids. They have the baseball field, camping sites over to the west, and then they built a walking path around the lake, and they've have some little docks where people can go up and fish off of. I think one of those is handicapped, and have a portable outhouse there, and they've just done a nice job of keeping the park looking great, and the lake is full, and even though the fish weren't biting all that great, just watching what they've done, just viewing what they've done in the last few years at the Ansley Park, they've done a nice job.
That's great.
So here's the question.
Okay.
A night crawler, just a worm, right?
Sure.
Just a big worm.
Yep.
They seem kind of simple.
Mm-hmm.
You really can't. They don't have eyes, or they're just kind of there. They're just a worm.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
They get underground.
I don't really know how you can describe it other than that.
They live underground, come up once in a while when they want to date. So you can't tell me that a night crawler or a worm doesn't know it's near a sharp object.
Oh. Oh, well, like when you're getting ready to bait the hook.
Yes. Now, if you want to bait the hook and make it so maybe a bass might bite it, you would like to take the point of the hook into the very front end of the worm, which is where the ring end is. That's the head of the worm. And put it in and then thread the worm on. Now, I noticed yesterday, first of all, I have troubles these days holding things and putting things together. My hands don't work like they used to, okay? So the worm was more agile than I was.
Uh-huh.
And I remember when I fished a lot, I would just thread one of those worms on. Wouldn't be a problem. But I didn't remember. You don't even have to actually pierce them with the hook. They know it's coming.
Oh.
They sense that the point of that hook is near them, and they start wiggling and changing their form. Now, how do they do that?
I don't know.
Can they see it? How do they know the hook is there and it's sharp? Because, I didn't touch the worm with the hook, and once I got close, the battle was on.
Uh-huh.
And I lost the battle. I could not thread the worm on like I used to because it was wiggling all over the place.
Yeah. Well, since you're describing it this way, my next question is, you didn't bait your finger instead, did you?
No, thank goodness.
All right,
no.
so you avoided that.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah. But how do they know?
That's a great question.
Because they haven't even been pierced yet.
Yeah.
And you'd start getting close.
And sometimes, you take them out and you get ready to bait the hook, and, when you first take them out, they're just they just kind of lay in your hand almost.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
And I get you.
Just lays there.
And then as you start to get ready to pierce it,
yes,
and put it on the hook, yes, they can all of a sudden, I get you.
They know.
I've had some of those battles.
Yes.
Not near, I don't fish as much as you, but yeah, I've had some of those battles.
Well, I wanted to thread the worm on the hook, point to the tip of the worm, and you just had to, I used to be able to just put it in there, and then thread the worm on.
Mm-hmm.
And then it would be long. It would be a natural looking for bass.
Yeah.
I tried several times. I could not get that worm on the hook that way. I had to go, just,
So let me ask you this question now.
yeah.
Did you just try this with one particular worm? Was it just one worm that was putting up the battle, or did you say, okay, I'll try another worm?
I thought probably 4 or 5 worms.
Oh, wow. Okay. So, all right.
And I would just give up and go, well, I'll just put it through the ring and thread it on a different way.
Mm-hmm.
But to actually thread it on at the point of the worm, I couldn't get it done. But it wasn't like I had pierced it.
Mm-hmm.
That's what gets me. I would get just so close, and all of a sudden that worm would go nuts.
Yeah.
Now, I understand why. If you sense that you were going to be poked with a hook, you'd probably try to avoid it.
Yeah.
But how do they know? How does a worm know that?
Oh.
Do they have, like, under the ground, do they have classes?
Makes you wonder.
Instructing with the worms when you get pulled out of a container and they start holding you, get ready for the hook.
I don't know.
Anyway, that Ansley Park is really sweet. They've done a nice job on it.
You talk about that. Think about the nice little parks and areas that you have to just throw a line out.
Yeah, just put a bobber out
Ansley,
and relax. Yeah.
Arnold, what
Yeah.
they've done with the park area there. Of course, Melham Pond.
Yeah.
How much fun is it to walk around Melham Park, and there's always a kid fishing
Yes, there
at
is.
Melham. It's
or
great.
some families.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and Ord has a real nice
Yeah.
pond. Gothenburg has they redid theirs a few years ago. It's great. So yeah, there are some places where you can go fish off the bank, take
And
the
don't
kids.
have to have a park sticker.
Yeah, right. You don't have to have anything fancy.
No.
I thought yesterday the way I'm fishing, I should just have my Uncle Bob's cane pole out.
There you go.
Because I was just fishing right next to the bank. The bluegill are dating right now.
Oh, are they now?
Yeah, they're very busy dating.
So what did you end up using for bait?
Night crawlers.
Oh, you did. Oh,
Yeah.
so you did get it on the hook.
Well, yes, but not the proper way.
Oh, not the proper way.
I could get them from
okay,
I could get them from the side. I suppose they can't see you from. I don't know how it works, but I had to thread them on a different way. And bluegills like little chunks of worms, not the whole worm. Well, they'll eat the whole worm, but you won't catch them.
Right.
But,
I found that out once.
Yes.
I'm like, bobber keeps going down. Why am I not catching? Oh, I see. I see what's happening.
They're eating the end of the worm.
Yeah, exactly. I need to make it to where to eat the worm, they got to also eat the hook.
Yeah. And the hook I had on was a little bit big for the bluegill. And I thought about putting a smaller hook on it. Then, no, if I do that, then they're going to get the hook swallowed, and I'm not planning on keeping any. So I'll just have the joy of watching the bobber go down once in a while and not actually hooking them, because they get the little hooks in there that you can catch them with.
Yeah.
Then sometimes you damage the fish. So I thought, well, they're dating right now, and I don't want to mess up their love life.
Yeah.
Got to think of those kind of things.
That's kind of you.
It's really amazing how a bluegill makes their nest. The little round holes. I spotted them, kind of noticed, and a couple different places. There are going to be a lot of bluegill in the Ansley Pond, I think. And then how they fan their tails and they swim around in a circle. It's pretty fun to watch. And the water was clear enough to do that after the sun came out. But the question has not been answered. Does a worm know? How does a worm know when it's close to a hook? Because, like you said, lays in your hand, no big deal. You maybe put it between your two fingers. Okay, it doesn't move too much. You get near that hook, it knows.
Yeah.
Fascinating.
It is.
Yeah. By the way, another question for
Yes,
you.
Dave.
Baseball question.
Okay.
The Red Sox and the Yankees
Hey, what
played.
in the world happened there? I started watching the game, and the Yankees were just, Judge hit a home run in the first inning, and so I switched over to the basketball game.
Oh.
And then, the Red Sox blew them out or something.
They had
What
some
happened?
timely hits and home runs.
Yeah.
Now, I fell asleep before the game was over.
Okay.
The Red Sox had given up a bit of the lead, but they were still ahead. Do you know if they won?
I think so. Yeah, I think it was 10-5 or 10-6.
Oh, they scored
or
some
something.
more then.
I think so.
Well, here's the question.
I'll go back and look.
about the Yankees. And Mr. Wright, I hope you're listening. And some of you Yankee fans out there, that right field is ridiculous.
Oh, at Yankee Stadium, the short porch.
There was a guy. I think it was a Yankee. It was a Yankee, but it could have been a Boston player. But I believe it was a Yankee. It was almost a check swing. It was like a short little chop swing, like you do.
Uh-huh.
And it was just a line drive, home run.
Ah.
What's the purpose of building a right field that short in professional baseball? What's that all about? Why does a worm know there's a hook, and why do people with a lot of money build a ballpark like that?
I don't know. I honestly don't have as much of a problem with it as you do.
Well, you build the field and then you hire the players to fit the field. I understand that, but it's just as if you got just a check swing and that line drives out into right field, you're going, oh, they'll catch it. Well, it was just high enough; it went over the fence, but the guy just hardly swung. It was just a chop swing. Out it goes.
Out it goes. Wow. Red Sox won 11-7.
Wow, they did.
Final score.
Yeah. Judge had 2 home runs, I think. This first.
I saw the one in the first inning.
Yeah.
I saw him hit that one.
That was in right field, of course.
It was, yeah. But that was like second deck.
Yeah, at least he hit it a ways. Yeah. Some guy hit the ball the other day, almost 500, 490 something.
That's a shot.
Yeah. That'd be clear out. That would like hit the concession stand at the top of right field in the Yankee Stadium.
Yeah, maybe.
Get that, Mr. Wright? What did they do that for? Okay, enough of that.
How are the Red Sox doing? How's Joan doing? Let me see. Oh, they're below 500.
Yeah.
They're not too bad. 32-35.
They started out really slow, and the coach said they haven't been. Their attitude's good and all of that, but they're not executing like they should. But I don't know, that Devers guy,
Yes.
he did another boo-boo last night.
Uh-oh.
He won't
Was
play.
he playing first base?
No, he won't play first. He won't play
I heard
first or
that.
third.
Yeah.
But he had a play where if he would have run the play out at first base, he probably would have made it close anyway, and they would have stayed in the inning. And he's stopped running.
Yeah. I was watching the Cubs and the Tigers yesterday, and that happened with one of the Tigers players. Hit kind of what looked like going to be a routine ground ball, and so just kind of started jogging. Well, then the infielder bobbled it, didn't field it cleanly, still threw him out. But if you're running hard, he probably would have been safe.
Well, this was one of where the second baseman, I think, caught it and was tossing to the pitcher.
Oh.
And it looked like it was going to be a close play from the beginning because the ball didn't roll very hard. He just didn't run it out. When he got over the dugout, the coach asked him, "Are you okay?" Well, yeah, I'm all right. I'm making $1 million today. Why wouldn't I be okay? Prairie Pioneer Center today. They're okay. They're having chili dogs, baked beans, and fruit. And you can call them at 872-6121 and let them know you're bringing some guests. Or if you're a new customer, let them know as well. Or call that number to set up home delivery, 872-6121.
Is it Johnny Cash Day today?
It could be.
You're all in black. You are the man in black today. Black shirt, black jeans, black shoes, black socks. Wow.
Yeah, I'm totally black.
Yeah. So man, I was just wondering. Well, maybe he got inspired. It's going to be Johnny Cash Day today or something.
Well, it could be. I don't mind if you want to have a Johnny Cash Day.
Yeah.
I just happened to have a black shirt clean and these black pants that I grabbed off top the dryer. That's how my dressing goes, is what's available.
I hear you.
Hey, festivals. Congratulations to Loop City and Oconto for 2 great weekend festivals. Boy, they really put on great shows, great food, great fun. And now we look to this weekend, and it's Anselmo's Big Sky Jubilee. and that runs June 13th through the 15th. So we'll get ready for that celebration as we are in the festival season. I know that Kristen went over to the parade, to be in the parade on behalf of the radio station on Saturday, and I happened to be out here when she got back, and she said, boy, they had a lot more entries in the parade than they were expecting.
Oh,
yeah, they
that's great.
Really turned out good. So can't imagine. I wondered how the boxing went and all the good food. And then O'Connell had beautiful weather for their barbecue. So congratulations. Thank you for all the work you put in. Now we put our eyes on the Big Sky Jubilee at Anselmo this weekend. Also, Gates had their gathering, their annual meeting and pork tenderloin dinner on Sunday. Hope that went well. A lot of good things happened this past weekend. Saturday was really beautiful. Yesterday, it just was kind of dreary for quite a while and raining a little bit, which was nice. A little light rain. And then the sun came out. And look at today. It's gorgeous. Over the weekend, I'll let you know as well. I'll start checking the situation during the breakfast show off and on. But the gourd for goods are planted.
You planted gourds?
Yep, Saturday.
Oh, man, I'm sorry I wasn't here to help you.
Spaded it up, put some posts in, got a trellis so that when they start growing, they should do really well. So gourds for good are in for the inclusive playground. I believe some of those gourds will sell for thousands of dollars.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
When they become full gourds. We're going to name the gourds. I've got ideas for some of the names.
Oh, nice. That'll be fun.
So we'll go out during the breakfast show and we'll kind of selectively name them.
Okay.
And hopefully we can raise a lot of money.
You think we'll get, sometime, you think we'll get kind of attached to them? You think it'll be kind of emotional when we see them leave?
Well, it'd be hard not to really like a Gordy, the gourd, or Gloria.
Gordy's a good name. I like that.
Or Gary the Gourd.
Yeah,
I mean, there's
Gary the Gourd. Yeah.
So we'll name some of them, and hopefully when the time comes, we'll be able to have our gourd sale. We don't have any definite plans how we're going to do that yet. Could be a gourd stand, could be a gourd auction, maybe both. I was thinking maybe we could talk to Riley Daffer and see if we could get some gourds designated for the big event.
Oh, sell them at the gala.
At the gala,
There
silent
you go.
auction item maybe, or even, I don't know. We got a lot of possibilities there, but what we have to hope for is that the gourds grow.
I was going to say, it all kind of starts with that, doesn't it?
I trimmed the tree a little bit back there, got the chainsaw out here and trimmed it up a little bit. So, but I'm hoping I don't have them in too shaded of an area. But it says, of course, my wife, the librarian, does research for me.
Yeah.
6 to 8 hours of sunshine is needed to grow a gourd. And we should have like 6 hours in the first half of the day.
Yeah.
So I think we'll be all right. But I don't want
Did
to
you put them out back here?
Yeah, out back.
Yeah.
Well,
they should get plenty of sun back there.
Where I put them is about the shadiest place on the lot. But you can't, if you don't get water to them, you could just burn them up.
Oh.
Yeah,
we don't want that.
Long summer days when it's 90-some. Mm-hmm. You have to keep water on them, which I have a hose set up for that now. I got to string that out today. But so anyway, it is underway. I took a picture of it. I might try to post that on Facebook. Start a little chatter about it.
Okay.
Little online chatter.
Oh, there you go.
I don't know all the lingo words for that, but anyway, I'll put it on Sandhills Facebook so you can see what the design is. They will grow on both sides of the fence. Got them set up.
Wonderful.
Measured them 4 foot apart.
Cool.
Yeah.
I'll have to go back and look.
Yeah, take a look. And check for snakes while you're back there too.
Okay.
Oh, by the way, I hope the salespeople are listening because one of you don't have a car this morning.
Oh.
I had to borrow the car to give my wife Joan to go to court. Not that she wasn't arrested or anything.
Oh, okay.
To cover the court cases.
Oh.
We're a little short on automobiles right now. We fried the little Chevy, and so my white car is in the shop today, so we only have the Monty. and she has to get to court. I have another an engagement. So if you're listening, salespeople, the Blazer is gone. It's being used. Many times I noticed on Mondays the girls kind of do office work, so I'm hoping that'll work
There
out
you
okay.
go.
I didn't really ask because I just didn't. Christian Slater is now in the Walk of Fame. Just add that.
All right, I'll mark that down.
Put that down there, would you?
Christian Slater, the actor.
Yeah.
He's been in some good movies over
He's
the years.
kind of funny guy, actually. He's going to be dedicated today, and he'll have his star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Do you know there's 2,815 stars now on the cement?
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Seems like they're having so many, it might not be as impressive as it once was, you know. But I just thought that was important.
We should do a Walk of Fame here in Broken Bow.
For good things or bad things?
No, good things.
Okay.
Yeah, good people.
Okay.
Yeah, good people get on the Walk of Fame in Broken Bow. We got a lot of people who, I'll just say it, would be deserving.
Oh, I
Yeah.
agree 100%. There's a lot.
All of our area communities.
Oh, heck yes. Heavens, yes. I wanted to go back. You reminded me of something because
Yes.
We have a request from Deb Mayer Gaston. Please wish my wonderful sister-in-law, Sandy Eggleston of O'Connell, a happy birthday. Happy birthday, Sandy Eggleston. And I had the pleasure of having a nice visit last week with Sandy. And it was so, we had a nice long chat. And I stayed around and talked with some of the folks. If you really want to get the nitty-gritty, you go inside of Eggleston Oil around the table where the coffee
Yep.
gang hangs out. But I was visiting with Sandy outside. And that reminds me, I have a belated birthday here from, this was requested by Lindsay Cook. Atlee Cook turned 11 last Wednesday.
Oh,
She turned
happy
11.
birthday.
And I didn't see it till the next day.
Ah.
And so the next day I was going to say happy belated birthday, and I didn't. So I know this is Monday, but Lindsay, I'm sending out a happy birthday to Atlee Cook, turned 11 last week.
great.
Glad that finally come up
Yeah.
in my memory banks. All right,
It's never too late to wish somebody a happy birthday.
no, it's never too late. Now, should we play the game?
We can. Yeah.
And then we have grocery cart specials for you folks.
We do. All right. Final question on donuts. This last Friday it was, I think, June 6th was National Donut Day. So here's your final question about donuts. What was the most popular type of donut in the United States in 2024? They actually did a survey last year to determine what the most popular donut of the year was. So what was it? Was it the glazed donut, a chocolate donut, a caramel donut, or a vanilla donut?
A vanilla donut?
Yeah, sounds kind of blah, doesn't it?
I'd cross that one off.
What was the most popular type of donut in the United States in 2024? Was it a glazed donut, chocolate, caramel, or vanilla? If you know, call us at 872-2801.
No, there ain't nothing like the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show.
Just want to let you know that I love the show.
I love what you guys are doing in the morning. It makes my day so much better.
KCNI, KBBN Radio.
Remember the time you used to spend fighting weeds and bugs? Now you can spend that time elsewhere because aerial application is your best advantage against these problems. Let Aero Aviation take control.
When you need a helping hand to get the most from your land, Aero Aviation, let us take control.
For over 50 years, Aero Aviation has been serving the area. Contact Casey to schedule your aerial application this spring. Cattle producers, AeroSeed is your one-stop shop for power fencing needs. AeroSeed has all the supplies, including high-tensile wire, posts, insulators, and energizers to build or replace a solar, electric, or battery-operated system. They offer products from Gallagher, the most practical, affordable, and dependable range of animal management systems on the market. Should anything ever go wrong with your Gallagher Energizer, you won't have to send it off somewhere to be repaired. Most often it can be repaired right at AeroSeed. Get your Gallagher power fence and supplies from AeroSeed on North 10th Avenue, Broken Bow.
Well, we didn't get a call on this Monday. Sometimes we have that happen on Mondays, but what's the answer?
The most popular type of donut in the United States in 2024 was the glazed donut.
Glazed donuts are pretty good, and also good when you dunk them in coffee.
Ugh. I still don't know how you do that. Get those little, when you dunk something in your coffee, then you look at your coffee and little floaty things are in it. Ugh.
Yeah, but it's just sugar. The glaze is sugar, so you're sweetening your coffee.
You get crumbs from the donut, and they float in there. Ugh.
Oh, Peg, I don't know what to say. We're going to take
now, coffee with a donut. Very, very wonderful.
It's kind of the same thing.
Nah.
We'll come right back after this word of promotion for Nebraska Land Days. And speaking of that, don't go away. Remember, we're going to be giving you a chance to get registered for a chance to win those concert tickets later on today. When we come back, Brent will have the grocery cart specials for you.
The Get Up and Go Breakfast Show.
My day starts right.
With Dave and Brent. Get ready for the ultimate country music party with KCNI, Pure Country's ticket giveaway. We're giving away pairs of tickets to the Nebraska Land Days Summer Jam Concert Series. The party starts June 27th with Baker Blankenship, Ashley Cook, and Luke Bryan.
It goes like 1 margarita, 2 margarita, 3 margarita.
The party continues June 28th when Angie Kay and Cooper Allen play before Bailey Zimmerman. Listen weekdays on The Breakfast Show and on KCNI for call-in chances. Winners will be drawn on Friday the 13th. Don't miss your shot to win your way in with KCNI Pure Country. June 27th, Luke Bryan.
Country girl, shake it for me, girl.
And on June 28th, Bailey Zimmerman.
'Cause I don't have the only woman who believed in me religiously.
The Nebraska Land Days Summer Jam Concert Series is back, and we want you there. Keep listening to KCNI, Pure Country to win.
Gary says, did those most popular glazed donuts have sprinkles on them?
I don't know. That's a great question.
Don't know, Gary.
I don't know, but that's what Brent would choose if you have a plain glazed donut or one with Brent's sprinkles. I love sprinkles on my donut.
They used to have them glazed donuts, the donut shaped like the glazed donut with the sprinkles on them at the Bow Bakery.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, pretty sure they did. So what's the specials this week?
Here we go. Grocery Cart has her new ad out beginning today. It'll run June 9th through the 15th. Proudly serving Custer County for 40 years. And here's your specials for this week. Meat Department. Fresh 80% lean ground beef in the 10-pound tube is $3.68 a pound. Prairie Fresh Natural average 8-pound bone-in Boston butt pork roast $1.88 a pound. New York strip steak $16.98 a pound. St. Louis or baby back pork ribs $3.98 a pound. 2.5-pound bag of Best Choice all natural boneless skinless chicken breast fillets $5.98. Fresh frozen Best Buy bone-in whole chicken fryers are $1.88 a pound. Wimmers red or coarse hot dogs 24-ounce package $9.98. Farmland smoked sliced bacon $5.48 for the package. Johnsonville cooked smoked brats or sausage links $3.98. State Fair corn dogs $9.98 for the box, and Jimmy Dean pork sausage rolls are $3.98. Chobani Greek yogurt 5 for $5. Kraft Velveeta cheese singles $2.98. Best Choice half and half $1.65 for the pint. Bay's English muffins 6-count package $3.28. Best Choice shredded or grated Parmesan cheese, $2.18 for the tub. Pillsbury pizza crust, 2 for $7. Best Choice sour cream, 16-ounce tubs are $1.88. Tropicana fruit drinks get 2 for $5. Red Baron pizza on sale for $3.98. Mr. Dell's hash browns are $3.48 for the package. Bird's Eye steam fresh vegetables, 3 packages for $5. Hungry Man classic meals, $3.98. Hot Pockets sandwiches, 4-count box, $4.48. Banquet family size entrees are $2.98, and Totino's pizza rolls, 3 for $5. Here's a nice summer treat. Goodrich malt cups in the frozen food section, just 98 cents. Other grocery savings this week at the GK: Frito-Lay extra large Lays, 2 packages for $6. Frito-Lay Doritos, $3.98 for the package. Nabisco family size cookies, crackers, or toasted chips, 2 for $7. Sara Lee classic or honey wheat bread, 2 for $7. Best Choice hamburger or hot dog buns, just $1.98 for the package. Kraft mac and cheese premiums or shapes, 5 boxes for $5. Van Camp's pork and beans, 98 cents a can. Pace salsa or picante sauce, 2 for $4. Olive Garden salad dressing bottles are on sale for $3.98. Betty Crocker cake or brownie mix, 2 for $3. Let's go to the produce section. Bicolor sweet corn, get 6 ears for $3. Michigan asparagus, $2.98 a pound. 1 pound bag of Bolthouse baby cut carrots, 2 for $3. Vidalia sweet onions, 98 cents a pound. Red or green seedless grapes, $2.78 a pound. Red ripe strawberries, the 1 pound packages, are 2 for $5. 10 pound bag of Best Choice russet potatoes, $3.98. And fresh iceberg head lettuce, get 2 for $3. Other store-wide savings this week at the grocery cart: Kellogg's cereal, 2 for $6. Maxwell House or Euban coffee, the big canisters, are $12.98. Country Bob's all-purpose sauce, $3.48. Campbell's tomato or V8 juice, $3.78. Pam cooking spray on sale for $3.98. Betty Crocker frosting, $1.78. Smucker's ice cream toppings, get 2 for $5. SpaghettiOs pasta, 4 cans for $5. And Chick-fil-A sauce, get the container for $3.78. Some of your specials in the deli department this week at the GK: Kretschmar Virginia smoked or honey ham, $6.98 a pound. And sliced-to-order Kretschmar Swiss cheese is $8.98 a pound. Those are just some of the specials that you're going to find this week at the grocery cart in Broken Bow.
Thank you, Brent. News is next.
You are listening to the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. Go, go, go! On KCNI, KBBN, Broken Bow, Nebraska.
CBS News Brief. A third night of violent anti-immigration raid protests in Los Angeles has wound down. Demonstrators clashed with police as President Trump ordered in the National Guard. CBS's Elise Preston is there.
I was in the thick of the protest when at some point pepper spray was deployed. I heard several rounds of rubber bullets being fired into the crowd and saw people being taken into custody.
Police report dozens of arrests. The president's new travel ban on a dozen different countries begins today. CBS's Torian Small.
A lot of these places were the target of Donald Trump's ire on the campaign trail. So places like Venezuela, Haiti.
U.S. and Chinese negotiators scheduled for a round of trade talks in London today. Elaine Cobb is at the foreign desk.
New figures showed China's exports to the U.S. fell nearly 35% last month, year on year.
CBS News Brief. I'm Deborah Rodriguez.
Introducing the new Dell AI PC, powered by the Intel Core Ultra processor. It helps do your busy work for you, so you can fast forward through editing images, designing presentations, generating code, debugging code, summarizing meeting notes, finding files, making a schedule, and responding to Jim's long emails. Leaving all the time in the world for the things you actually want to do. No offense, Jim. Get a new Dell AI PC at dell.com/AI-PC. How those ahead stay ahead.
Jake from State Farm. I just beat my running PR, so I'm celebrating with the Banana Bonanza smoothie.
Hey, and you can keep celebrating when you create an affordable price just for you by bundling your home and auto with the State Farm Personal Price Plan. Go bananas.
I will. Hey, make it a large.
Bundling, just another way to save with the Personal Price Plan. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Prices are based on rating plans that vary by state. Coverage options are selected by the customer. Availability, amount of discounts and savings, and eligibility vary by state.
Here's a look at Nebraska news. In a story released by WOWT, a shooting in North Omaha left one person dead and another fighting for their life early Sunday morning. Police say the shooting took place near 62nd Street and Camden Avenue around 2:30 a.m. Sunday morning. When police arrived on the scene, they found one man dead in the middle of the street. In an update on Sunday morning, OPD identified the victim as 19-year-old Ashton Fletcher. Further investigation found another victim, a 20-year-old man, that was taken to Nebraska Medicine with a non-life-threatening injury. OPD Lieutenant Jose Nava told First Alert 6 that it's still an active and large scene and that they have investigators out. This has been a Nebraska News Update. I'm Jack Simpson reporting for Central Nebraska's News Source.
From the Fox Sports Studios in Los Angeles, here's Martin Weiss.
Game 2 of the NBA Finals is an Oklahoma City win. That series now tied one game apiece, 123-107. The final score here as SGA, the MVP, led all scorers with 34 points. Alex Caruso had 20. Aaron Wiggins had 18. Both of those guys coming off the bench for the Thunder outscored every player on the Pacers. Tyrese Halliburton led them with 17 points. Miles Turner had 16. Pascal Siakam with 15. The Red Sox beat the Yankees 11-7. Home run fest in the Bronx as Trevor Story, Rafael Devers, Abraham Toro, Carlos Navarez, and Christian Campbell all went yard for Boston. Aaron Judge had his 22nd and 23rd home runs of the year. Cooper Flagg plans to have a private visit with the Mavericks in Dallas June 17th. The NBA draft will be June 25th. Jalen Ramsey will not attend Dolphins minicamp. They're looking to trade him. I'm Martin Weiss.
Here's your weatherology forecast. I'm meteorologist Jennifer Wojcicki. 76 today, under sunny skies. Winds out of the northwest, 10 to 20 miles per hour. Clear skies, tonight, 47. Tomorrow, highs around 89. Temperatures above average Wednesday and Thursday, with highs from the upper 80s to the low 90s. Storms possible both days. From the Weatherology Weather Center, I'm staff meteorologist Jennifer Wojcicki.
Does your financial advisor take the time to really listen to you? Is your financial strategy personalized for you and your family? Will your financial advisor be there as your life and financial situations change? Hi, I'm Janet Lawhorn.
And I'm Tim McCaslin.
Your local Edward Jones financial advisors. When we work together, we'll focus on what's important to you.
We'll create a personalized financial strategy backed by our advice, tools, and resources to help you reach your goals. And we'll partner to help your strategy stay on track, no matter what happens. Contact us today at 308-872-6849 or visit edwardjones.com. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
8:08, and I can tell by Jack's silhouette out the front window that he is prepared and ready to go out front of the radio station. What does it feel like out there right now, Jack?
Oh my gosh, it's absolutely beautiful. Nice breeze, 54 degrees outside, sunny skies, calm winds out of the west, barometric pressure 2998, humidity at 63%. The last 24 hours only picked up 1/100th of precipitation, running the precipitation for this month to 2 inches and 77 hundredths. High yesterday of 72, overnight low of 46. Sunrise today was at 6:04, and sunset today 9:11.
And you measured some additional precipitation over the weekend. What did we pick up on Saturday morning?
30 hundredths Saturday morning.
30 hundredths. I talked to some folks here in town on Saturday morning, and they got at least that, if not maybe 3/4 of an inch.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah, nice rain over the weekend, all slow, and even though yesterday. And I think farther to the east, looking at the radar yesterday, they probably got more rain than here in central Custer County.
Yeah.
And I think I was at Ansley yesterday, and it rained quite a bit there yesterday afternoon that it didn't rain here.
I
So
was going to say, yeah, yesterday in Taylor it was raining pretty good all morning. So
yeah, did you get the garden planted?
we did. Yes, we did.
What did you put in most of?
I think we put mostly in tomatoes.
Tomatoes, of course.
Yep.
Got any radishes in there?
Nope. Think we're just doing tomatoes for some homemade tomato juice and salsa this time. So
Yeah, that sounds good. Thanks, Jack.
You're welcome.
Jack, of course, from the Taylor area up on the ranch, and he went up to help his dad plant the garden this past weekend.
Nice.
Yeah. But I do believe to the east, maybe better rainfall amounts, especially yesterday. But nice weekend of weather. Sunny on Saturday, very nice. Friday night, thunder and rumble and some rain rolling in, and a little bit yesterday. So things are looking great out there, aren't they?
Yeah, and I think after today, it's going to start to feel like summer.
Going to warm up.
Warm up.
Yeah.
Going to get into the, upper 80s, near 90, I think, for the rest of the week, isn't it?
I think so. That means things were wet down. Now they're going to grow.
There you go.
I hope so. Starting to see those corn rows popping up, and it's looking good out there. All right. This next particular song goes out to the Bob Miller family. And just want to send this out, some thoughts this morning. We've known Bob and Judy for a long, long time here at KCNI, KBBN, and there's many, many folks out there who have as well. So this one goes out to the Bob Miller family.
I'm a roving cow.
Miller family, and that came from the Flying W Wranglers, who performed here at the fair a few years back. We were able to bring them in and listen to that cowboy Western style music, what they're really good at, and played so well. Brent and Dave with you here on The Breakfast Show on this Monday morning. I want to talk a little bit about Nebraska Land Hearing for a moment. We'd like to mention to you that Roxanne has been voted best of the best several times in her career. She's a board-certified hearing instrument specialist with over 35 years of experience right here in Custer County, in Broken Bow. So if you're struggling with your hearing and or worrying about missing out on conversations with family and friends at gatherings and so forth, stop in and see Roxanne. She can help you. Local, dependable service right here in town, free hearing evaluation and free office calls, free extended warranties on new hearing aids, discounts for new and returning patients for buying local, and pricing available to fit all budgets with all different kinds of technologies. Talk to Roxanne. Give her a call at 308-384-3852 to make an appointment. stop by. She's located in the Broken Bow Chamber building on the east side of the square.
I want to remind you, coming up tomorrow, it is the Ladies Local Market event, the June Bloom. It'll be presented tomorrow from 6 to 8 in the evening. Shopping and giveaways. It'll be at the Broken Bow Library. And among the vendors scheduled to be there, Scentsy, the She Shed Crafters, Plexus, Color Street, Mary Kay, Tastefully Simple and EK Farm Goods, The Quilting Shack, Reflections Salon and Spa, J. Bloom Permalinks Jewelry, and the Garden Center. Now, also scheduled to be there is Annie M's Crafts, and they're going to do something special. Grab your friends and come down for a fun evening. They'll be hosting a make-your-own summer door hanger sign at the June Bloom event at 6 o'clock tomorrow on June 10th at the Broken Bow Public Library. $48 to attend, and all supplies will be provided. Message Annie to sign up and let them know what design you would like to make. So there you go, ladies. It's going to be a great event. Ladies Local Market, June Bloom, tomorrow from 6 to 8 p.m. at the Broken Bow Public Library.
Walk the Line with Johnny Cash. It's Johnny Cash Day. Just by accident, I happened to grab a black shirt and a black pair of pants this morning. Brent says, is it Johnny Cash Day? And well, why not? I guess it can be.
I was kind of wondering because you're the man in black today.
Yes, and I feel like saving the world.
All right.
If I could, I'd do it. But don't have that power. Can only hope. The 12th annual Custer County Tractor Ride is coming up. Now, this is an event that has just been a steady, fun family event. Now, it's coming up on Saturday, June 21st. And this is the 12th annual Custer County Tractor Ride. And they'll start at the Westerville Country Partners right along the highway there. They'll start out with breakfast because they love to eat. That starts at 7, goes till 8. They'll leave with the tractors at 8 o'clock. Then, of course, they'll take a morning break at 10 and have a snack. And then a noon lunch break and delicious food. 3 p.m., they'll have an afternoon break. And then at 4:30, they'll arrive back at Westerville. And I believe that Jeanette said they're going to have, quite a meal when they get back late in the afternoon. So it's all about cruising on a tractor and having fun and eating some good food. You'll travel about 50 miles throughout Custer County, go through Round Valley in that area. And if you'd like more information, contact Matt Denson or Peggy King at 308-872-6303. It's a $50 entry fee, and that's for everything. Now, you can't beat that. You're going to eat $50 in food, let alone the time that you're going to spend sitting on your tractor. And they prefer that you have, antique-type older tractors. But just like with automobiles nowadays, for some of us, a 1990 car is pretty new.
Yes.
But in the real world, it is not.
That's right.
So kind of make your decision on your tractors. Good old 40-20 or something like that would be fun to ride, but you can go clear back to the Alice Chandlers and all of those classics, and there's a lot of those around here. So put them in the 12th Annual Custer County Tractor Ride. That number again, 872-6303 is the number to call.
All right. Hey, well, maybe you're going to go on the ride and you'd like to put together a shirt that says, I went on the tractor ride. Well, guess what? They can do that for you at Circle V Stitch and Post in Broken Bow. Why settle for ordinary when you can have something truly unique? At Circle V Stitch and Post, Velma brings your ideas to life with top-quality custom embroidery. Maybe you want your farm name or brand on apparel. Maybe it's school swag you want. Whatever it is, Velma's got it or can get it. She can do shirts, sweatshirts, jackets, polos, hats, and more. And don't forget about some of the more unique things that she can put together. Check out her selection of things like cowhide coasters, rugs, and table runners, personalized just for you. So skip the hassle of online shopping. Get custom quality at great prices right here in Broken Bow. Call Velma today to get your creation started. Call 872-6173. 872-6173. Circle V Stitch and Post.
know one day to the next what you guys are going to do musically. And that's okay. That's kind of the way we like it, folks.
We don't either.
We don't either. And there's so much different kinds of good music out there. There's good country, there's good rock, there's all sorts of good Americana, blues, folk. And we like to play it all for you. I hope you enjoyed that. And we're going to have a little more Johnny Cash. And by the way, this is an interesting piece of work. This is Johnny Cash with the Royal Orchestra. And he put these songs together with the orchestra, and they certainly sound full and different. There's also a version of Bob Dylan with Johnny Cash, Girl from the North County, which they recorded back in Nashville, I believe maybe early 70s. I haven't listened to that one yet. I don't know what it sounds like with the orchestra, but we've got some more Johnny Cash for you. Because it's Johnny Cash Day for some odd reason. That's how it works.
Yeah.
Looking at the calendar here, Brent Apperson, more burger bashes at the grocery cart. June 12th, that's Thursday. This will be for the Broken Bow Food Pantry. And they can always use a little restocking. And so that's going to be on Thursday. On June 13th, Friday, we were just talking about it, the Broken Bow Rotary Golf Tournament will start at 1:30 on Friday afternoon, Friday the 13th, just for good luck.
Yes.
It won't bother our team any.
No.
For bad luck. But
if it has the adverse effect, it might be a good day for us to golf.
It could be. Could be. Two-person teams. You can enter as many teams as there's room for. And you need to stop by the golf club and make your payment is $50 per person, so $100 a team. And that's on Friday, and there's still room as far as we know. So get in and have some fun. It's a 9-hole tournament, all sorts of crazy prizes, and the worse you do, the more prizes you get.
Sometimes, yeah.
Also, as we mentioned, the Anselmo Big Sky Jubilee starts on Friday the 13th and runs through the weekend. And the Callaway Citywide Garage Sale is coming up this weekend, June 14th and 15th. And not too far away, the Demo Derby at the Custer County Fairgrounds is coming up on the 21st of June. And as I mentioned to you the other day, you and Jeremy are going to be announcing the Demo Derby.
Ah, okay.
First Demo Derby in many years out at the fairgrounds, and I know everybody's excited about it. So
be great to have it back.
Yep, they'll have concessions and the whole works. Crashing and banging and the smell of radiator and gas and fuel, oil running out. It's a gas.
It is. Well done there.
We'll be right back.
I love the morning show.
Wake up with us. We sound way better than this. KCNI KBBN Radio.
Is there anything better than getting rewarded? Let us ask you this. How many reward apps do you currently have on your phone? Are you 2 purchases away from that free coffee or maybe a sandwich? Well, maybe we have one last question. Are you being rewarded for spending? If you said no, we can help you change that. At Bruning Bank, we offer 4 levels of our Bruning Bank credit card so we can best match you with the credit card suited for your lifestyle. The best part? You earn rewards with every purchase. Give us a call today at 308-872-2757 or visit BruningBank.com to learn how you can make the most of your purchases. Bruning Bank, member FDIC.
Celebrate Dad with the help of Barney Pharmacy while saving some money. All gifts for Dad are marked at 20% off. Dad will love a Nebo headlamp and cap light or the Squid Pro Quo body massager. Barney Pharmacy has tumblers, wallets, and flavored popcorn too. Of course, Montana Silversmith jewelry is an option, which includes money clips, bracelets, and necklaces. Find the perfect gift for Dad at Barney Pharmacy, downtown Broken Bow.
Duda Plumbing, the guys you want when you need a new septic system or your existing system needs a good pumping. With Scott and Colton boasting over 40 years of experience, they know a thing or two about keeping things flowing smoothly. Don't wait until your backyard or basement smell like a swamp. Get on their schedule for a pump every 2 years. For the really tough spots, their sewer camera can spy on what their eyes can't catch. For over 40 years, Duda Plumbing, where they do the plumbing.
It's 8:31, and our first guest in the studio is with us here. Ryan Palmer is here from Runza.
Good morning.
Brian Palmer. I always want to call you Ryan Palmer because of the baseball thing.
I've been called worse things by better people, Dave. It's fine.
I have too. I understand completely.
Hey, speaking of baseball, over the weekend I went to Omaha. And, well, I guess technically it would have been Papillion. But anyway, went to see the Omaha, normally Storm Chasers, the minor league team for Kansas City, play the Iowa Cubs. But on Saturday they played as the Omaha Runzas.
Yes.
They wore their Runza uniforms.
Yes.
And I was so disappointed. My goal was to get there early enough because it was Runza Hawaiian shirt giveaway night. And my goal was to get there so I could wear that because I knew you were coming in today. But the crowd was larger than I expected. It was a huge crowd that night. And so I didn't get there soon enough to get a shirt.
Well.
But they played as the Runzas, and I thought of you.
Yeah.
And the great runs, of course, we have here in Broken Bow. But during, between innings, they had a contest, and it was a contest of how fast you could wrap a runza.
Oh, they did that.
Yes.
Okay.
So my question to you is, of your staff, who do you think would win a contest in wrapping the runza?
It'd be a really close race between three of them, and they're all good.
Yeah,
they're all fast. Ashley, Tristan, and Kelly. They wrap more runzas than anybody in the store. That's kind of the staple of my weekday opening crew. So they're all pretty fast. Now Kevin and I can wrap runzas pretty fast too.
Can you? Yeah. I was wondering how fast you could do it.
And so we've got we do some events where we have to do a bunch of extra runzas. And on those days, you understand what wrapping a runza is because you got to see it, right?
Yes.
But I don't know that people understand how exactly how that process goes. And what we do is we take and we call it a football, but it's the filling that goes inside the runza, and we cool that down, and then we pack it into a 3.7 to 3.8 ounce football, a little bit oblong, more like an oval, to start taking on the shape of that runza. And then we make our own dough, roll it through a sheeter, and then we take a cutter, a kind of a cookie cutter, if you will, and then cut out these rectangular shaped pieces of dough, and then you have to kind of stretch it around the football, seal it together. Then you got to mash the meat up inside of it, the filling up inside. I mean, it's a little bit of a process.
Yeah.
And it's not something that you do once and get good at. I will tell you that. It does take some craft, but we can get if there's any of the three of us that I just mentioned, we can probably do start to finish 250 of them in an hour.
Oh my gosh.
Wow. Man.
Wow.
Yeah.
Did they have the totals? Did you catch the totals at the game
Well, no, there were two. Now, I think that they were just people out of the audience that they brought out to wrap.
Yeah.
So you had one lady who was, you could tell on the screen, man, she was like wrapping it kind of like you get it from the drive-through, when you go to run. And then they had a guy who was just, just threw the runs in there, just rolled it up and threw it in a box. But so I think they were just people out of the audience.
Gotcha.
But there were a couple of ladies. There were two ladies that were really close in the contest, but one got you had to put them in a box and then close the box to win the contest. And the one lady that won by just a fraction of a second.
Gotcha.
So,
yeah.
Yeah, so that was fun, but yeah, it was cool to see him. I've never seen him play in their Runza uniforms,
Yeah.
and it was kind of cool.
They told us that was. I didn't realize it was over the weekend, but
Yeah.
we knew that there was going to be a night like that. There's speaking of baseball and Runza, down in Hastings, they have the Brickyard down there, the baseball field, and so they have the summer collegiate team that plays down there. I can't think of their names right now, but they'll probably play 40 or 50 games down there at that Brickyard. And if you've never been there,
and I never have,
it's really something. Isn't
it's a pretty cool baseball stadium stuck in the middle of Nebraska. It is a 8-foot brick wall all the way in the outfield.
Oh, neat.
And it is big.
It's a big field, isn't it?
I think the lines are like 360 or 370. The lines.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good size.
Yeah. But anyways, they do the Sodbusters is the name of the team down there. And I think admission's like $5. They've got a great concession stand. There is a Runza right like across the street from it. And so there's a lot of Runza promotion that goes on there, but I wonder if they'll have to do that. Try that there sometime.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
That is a historic field, though. If you ever get a chance to go, you're right.
Oh, and if you like baseball at all, take the kids, go down. It's a cheap day, and they have. If the same guy's still doing it, they have an MC there that,
makes it fun.
Makes it right.
Yeah.
They do have a adult beverage concession stand. They always have a beer batter.
Oh yeah.
You know what the beer batter is?
No.
So they'll pick out a player from the opposing team, and if said beer batter strikes out, beers are $1 through the end of the inning.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's unheard of these days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. That's a fun place to see a ball game.
Yeah. Close and cheap and fun. Atmosphere is great.
Yeah.
Actually, we're getting ready to gear up for broadcasting this week. We haven't mentioned that yet here, American Legion Baseball here at Paul Brown Field. So they got a nice concession stand there as well, and they don't have adult beverages at that.
No.
But,
Legion Baseball's,
yeah. But there's going to be some good games there, and some softball we're covering as well.
We are, all coming up this week.
Yep.
Good.
Wednesday and Thursday.
Yep. Summer is here, and what does that mean? It runs busy days, I think.
We're busy. Yeah. Everybody's a little busier in the summer. A lot of especially with our geographical location here in Broken Bow, we have a lot of people traveling through. Our Fridays from here till the time school starts are going to be, they're wild. They're just, Highway 2 is busy. It's I know they have the archway there in Kearney, but you want to talk about the gateway to the west, it kind of goes through Broken Bow, because if you're going anywhere northwest to here, it's about the only way to get there.
It is. Gateway to the Sandhills, that's the old theme they used to use for many years, and we have Gateway Motors kind of as an example of that. But, yeah, and, boy, I just was out a little while yesterday on Highway 2. The amount of campers and boats going back and forth, boy, that's really, I think COVID really lit up camping and boating, and people are just really, I think it's hard to get a camping spot when you try to find a lake you can park beside. So.
Yeah, there's a bunch of them rolling around.
Yeah,
that's for sure.
And they can actually, folks who are pulling kind of campers and trailers through town, it's a little harder for them to get around your drive-through, but you do have the space. I think you have cooperation with your neighbors next door, right?
Yeah, Ron's always been very good. We've got a lot of horse trailers come through as well, campers, and so they'll go park in the parking lot over at Bow Furniture, and Ron's never yelled at me. I don't think he minds it. I hope not.
I don't think so. I think that goes back agreement with Joyce and Kevin and Ron, and so it's really a cooperative effort, because it is kind of tight right in there, so that works pretty nice.
Yeah.
And as you mentioned, horse trailers and all the things going on out at the fairgrounds, which you're involved in, and all the baseball, softball games, and different things going on. Festivals, people are traveling through to get to festivals this weekend. Anselmo has theirs, and there's one every weekend the rest of the summer.
Right.
So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot going on in Custer County, which, I seen a lot of friends from back east this last weekend. And they're like, what's going on in Broken Bow? And I said, about anything you'd need to be, but not too much.
Yeah. Garage sales and all kinds of things happening. So yeah. What's the summer menu? I know you change things up a little bit here and there.
We've got a kind of a classic hit that we roll out every year in this time, and it's going on right now, and that's the chicken bacon ranch salad.
Mm-hmm.
We always have the Southwest salad and the sweet berry salad available on the menu, but this chicken bacon ranch salad is one we run through the summer to add to the lighter meal selection. I don't know if a lot of people are like me, but I would assume so. If I'm not in Runza, I'm usually outside doing something in the summer, and it gets a little warm. And if I go house a burger and try to go back out in the heat, I might as well just get me a nap pen. It ain't gonna happen.
Yeah, I think people can relate. They're listening out there. That double burger can slow you down for a little while.
It can slow you down. Yeah, I can just about live on ham sandwiches.
Yeah.
Through the
Summertime.
It seems like. But yeah, so we do have some lighter offerings. Our junior snack wraps they're popular year round, but we seem to go through quite a few more of them in the summer, and they're just a nice light offering. Good crisp lettuce, kind of feels like it's cooling you down as well with the chicken strip that's on there, the bacon and the BLT wrap. So, we've got some lighter offerings. We don't have any light ice cream.
I wish you did. I'd feel better about it, but I'm not going to stop having a cup of chocolate ice cream. I'm just not going to.
Stick with who you are. Stick with what works. Yeah.
If I come through and there's two dishes, that means I'm going to Mom's place and we're having a couple cups of ice cream. And I like the cone, but you got to have, the time to eat it before it melts.
Yeah.
But the cup's nice because you can. Yeah.
Speaking of our ice cream, starting this Thursday, we are going to run a 2-month, 60-day promotion on our ice cream cones.
Mm-hmm.
They are $1.
Wow, nice.
$1, okay. Well, you'll be seeing a little of old Dave driving through there.
They were very reasonable to start with. Now just $1. Sweet.
$1 cone. Yep.
$1 cone.
Yep. All Runzas. That's a chain-wide promotion. But, we're going to do $1 cones this summer.
Sounds great.
Yeah.
Really good. Well, I always get chocolate. Just chocolate and vanilla, or is there other options?
Yeah, there's a third option where it brings the vanilla and the chocolate together.
Okay.
Yes.
The twist.
The twist.
Yes.
That's my go-to.
Is
That's
it?
what I get
Is
every
it?
time.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
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 It really hits the spot. And then, it's great as a dessert if you get the meal, but there's nothing wrong with walking in and ordering up just a dish of ice cream, sitting down and enjoying it.
Or
driving through.
mid-afternoon snack. No,
Yeah.
we got plenty of people to do it. So, yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of plenty of people, the help situation pretty good?
Yeah, we, our staff's always great. We do have some turnover about like anybody else
Sure.
would. And in that business, it's a stepping job for some, and some aren't cut out for it after they find out when they're there.
Mm-hmm.
So there is some turnover, but our staff right now is I would say as solid as it has been since I came here.
Great.
4 years ago.
That's got to be fun.
It's different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
Keeps me looking over my shoulder a little bit, like what's going on here.
Yeah.
But,
when's the shoe going to drop? Right.
Right.
Yeah.
And some of that is, and we are still taking applications.
Okay.
We do have, I think I've said it every time I've been in here. We do have room for the right candidate.
Okay.
No matter what our staffing situation looks like, we want to always continue to improve our staff and make sure we get all the best people in there we can. We're sitting pretty good right now.
Good. And would be probably worth mentioning your hours again, because they changed a little bit a while back, but it's more convenient for summertime.
Yeah, and we'd always gone back and forth between summer hours, winter hours, and or I should say school year hours and summer hours is kind of how we did it. But again, chain-wide decision was made. We're not going to be switching our hours anymore. So our new hours are what we're looking at for this foreseeable future. And so we open every morning at 10:30 for the drive-through and the lobby. And then our lobby closes at 9 o'clock in the evening, and then the drive-through closes at 10. So
okay, all right.
We do have a promotion next week, so it'd be next Friday. That'd be June 20th, first day of summer, the longest day of the year.
Okay,
and it's one of our giving days at Runza. We have several of them a year, but this one we call it the longest day, and it is in support of Alzheimer's research. That's something that's very near and dear to the Runza family, and so 10% of the sales that day from every Runza store out there will go to Alzheimer's research. So,
well, thanks for doing that. I know it is close to the family who started Runza.
Yeah.
But thanks for doing that. That's fantastic.
Yeah, absolutely. And these days that Runza picks the whole chain to do. I mean, they're the right kind of organizations.
Yeah.
What I really love about the organizations that they pick to give to is that, almost all of the money actually goes to research. There are some organizations out there, by the time you get them $1, a dime's been peeled off for administrative, and then another dime's been peeled off for marketing, and another, and so the Everett family and the Runza family has always, I think, picked organizations that know that the dollar is going to go towards what it needs to go to. So,
Okay.
I had a guy tell me this. He had a grandson with some cancer, and this is quite a few years ago, and he was a salesman by nature, so. He always had crafty ways of putting things, and he says there is a cure for cancer, and it will take time and it will take money to find. And he goes, it's only going to take $1 more to find it.
That is true. That's a good way to put it.
It might be the next dollar.
Yeah.
It might be $1 next year. But that stuff takes money.
Yeah, research is really the cure, and so.
Yeah,
you're right. You're right. So. All right, very good. Anything else before we?
I hope you guys have a happy Father's Day next Sunday.
That's right. That's coming up. We didn't mention that.
Yeah.
I'm glad you did.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's on the day you get anything you want. As a dad, you just I don't feel like doing that, or I'm going to do that. Yeah.
That's how it works in your house, huh?
Well, it's not that controversial, really.
I get an extra hour to get all my chores done.
Nice.
Good for you. Quick question for you. We talked about it earlier, and I know you're a baseball guy, and your son plays quite a bit of baseball. And you have a baseball name, Brian Palmer. Well, how do you feel about the right field porch, the Yankees? Just watching the game yesterday, little guy stuck his bat out, and just a little chop, and it went out into right field, and he got a home run.
The Death Star is the ship of the evil empire. And so, if they want to engineer it for however they want to, I mean, do I need to say more about that?
I think that's perfect.
I've always been a National League guy, and this is very unpopular with a lot of people, but and now it's changed with the DH.
Yes.
But I was always a big fan of having 9 baseball players out on the field that could throw and they could hit and run.
Yes.
And that American League stuff where they have an overpaid prima donna. He plays baseball every 5 days for 5 innings and goes and gets an ice bath and a beer. And it's like, why does he make the most money?
Yeah,
and he can't run to first because he might sprain his ankle. Toughen up, Buttercup.
Yeah.
You're a baseball player. You're not just a pitcher. Anyways, I don't know if you know how I feel about that or not.
You don't hold back. Thanks for coming in.
Absolutely.
It's good to see you again. And folks, be sure and stop in to Runza all summer long. They've got something for you. salads and all sorts of lighter things. And then if you want to go ahead and dive into one of those Runzas or double cheeseburgers, they're for you too. So
Plan a nap.
all right. Yeah, get ready to take a nap. Here's Johnny Cash. Johnny Cash covering Kenny Rogers.
Wow. Did not know that version existed. That was awesome. Johnny Cash singing The Gambler. That's great.
Yep. Royal Philharmonic Orchestra, and that was blended with some vocals as well. And we got a couple more for you before we close the show. Plus, don't forget, we're going to be giving you a chance to register for the Nebraska Land tickets coming up later on this month for the grand finale concerts. So be sure and listen. We'll be doing that a little bit later on. Also wanted to back up just for a moment and thank Gibbons Electric, because Gibbons Electric was paying for the time to promote the tractor ride, which we talked about earlier. So thank you, Andy. Appreciate that very much. We'll be right back with more of The Breakfast Show. First, these words.
You're listening to The Breakfast Show on KCNI KBBN Radio.
At Team Physical Therapy, we offer extended hours 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Friday, and walk-ins are always welcome because we feel convenience couldn't be more important when it comes to your health. Even further, we can visit you in-home for physical therapy if you can't make it to our office. From pre- and post-pregnancy pain to dry needling and everything in between, call Team Physical Therapy at 872-5111 or visit us at myteampt.com. It's your choice. Choose right. Choose Team Physical Therapy.
Did you know that there are supplemental health insurance policies that enhance your coverage? Hi, this is Liana with Nebraska Owners Insurance Agency. You're used to hearing me talk about annual enrollments, Medicare, and private health insurance, but dental, vision, accident, cancer, and hospital indemnity plans are available year-round. These affordable coverages can help ease the financial burden when the unexpected happens. Give Lori or myself a call at 308-836-2201 or stop into the office in Callaway or Broken Bow.
Building something big or just tackling a do-it-yourself project, whatever your vision, they've got the supplies you need to make it happen at Ansley Lumber and Supply. From lumber to paint, tools to hardware, Ansley Lumber and Supply has it all. With top-quality products at unbeatable prices. And with their friendly expert staff, you'll get the advice you need to get your job done right. Visit them today in downtown Ansley at Ansley Lumber and Supply. Open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5:30. Open Saturday, 8 until noon.
Well, I thought I was going to make it through the show today without making a boo-boo, a mistake, but no, I misread this morning. So thank you, Gibbons Electric, for the next promotion. I saw a tractor, so I pulled the tractor ride, which is coming up. We promoted that earlier, but what Andy is promoting and helped promoting is the Big Sky tractor pull, which is coming up this weekend.
Yeah, they've been doing this, I think, for a few years now, and they'll do it again this year, the Anselmo Big Sky tractor pull. It's free admission. Going to be fun time. Saturday, June 14th, antique, farm, V8 tractor, and pickup classes. It'll be at around noon following the parade. Registration will start at 9 a.m. on Saturday morning. For more information or to pre-register, here's a couple of numbers you can call. You can call Jeremy at 643-7350. That's 643-7350. Or call Chris at 870-3717. 870-3717. And the area code on both those numbers is 308. So come on out to compete or come on out and just watch the competition. Going to be a lot of fun, and we do say thanks to Gibbons Electric for helping promote the Anselmo Big Sky Tractor Pull coming up on Saturday, June the 14th.
All right, thanks for getting that straightened out, Brent. I mispulled there. I saw a tractor and thought, well, we'll be promoting the tractor ride today. So we have two tractor events coming up shortly.
Yeah.
Gosh, I'm looking at the schedule here. Anselmo Big Sky this weekend. Turn around and have the Sergeant Chokecherry Jamboree, June 27th through the 29th. That's also the same as the Ansley Muddy Creek Festival and the Callaway Pioneer Picnic. So we have three events going on that weekend in our area. So we have that weekend off, but after the 15th, yeah, I don't know if it's off because there'll be lots of things going on, baseball and such, softball. But we're going to have multi-festivals that June 27th, 29th date. All right, Mr. Brent, it is time for the news.
Okay.
We'll take a time out for the news. We will be back.
You are listening to the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. Go, go, go! On KCNI, KBBN, Broken Bow, Nebraska.
CBS News Brief. Anti-immigration crackdown demonstrations have quieted down in Los Angeles after 3 days and nights of violent protests. CBS's Elise Preston is there.
National Guardsmen are standing on the ready in front of the federal building. They are armed with shields and batons there to protect the federal building, which is a detention center.
Police say they've arrested dozens of demonstrators. Scientists at the National Institutes of Health have signed off on a letter criticizing Trump administration cuts to public health research. They cite their new leader, Jay Bhattacharya's confirmation hearing pledge to be open to dissent, calling it the very essence of science. Trade talks getting underway in London between U.S. and Chinese negotiators. The BBC's Stephen McDonnell.
The fact that these two very high-powered negotiating teams are having these talks, that is at least a step in the right direction.
CBS News Brief. I'm Deborah Rodriguez.
If you're 55 and up, T-Mobile has plans built just for you. 2 lines of unlimited for just $30 a line. That's a 45% savings compared to Verizon and AT&T. But don't just take our word for it.
It's not just the savings that are great with our T-Mobile plan. There's all this value from all these other things that T-Mobile offers.
T-Mobile has been such a savings for us.
We love it. Switch today and get 2 free 5G phones like the Motorola Edge with Turbo Power charging that gives you power for the day in just 15 minutes. And customers 55 and up can get 2 lines of talk, text, and data for only $30 a line. Go to T-Mobile.com/55 to learn more. With 24 monthly bill credits and 2 new lines with autopay for well-qualified customers plus taxes, fees, and $35 per line connection charge. Credits end and balance due if you pay off early or cancel. Contact us plus $5 per line without autopay. Debit or bank account required. 45% off 2 lines versus AT&T Starter and Verizon Welcome. Plan benefits vary. See details at T-Mobile.com. Motorola Edge requires 68-watt charger. Chargers sold separately. Actual performance will vary based on usage and configuration.
From the Fox Sports Studios in Los Angeles, here's Martin Weiss.
Game 2 of the NBA Finals is an Oklahoma City win. That series now tied 1 game apiece, 123-107. The final score here as SGA, the MVP, led all scorers with 34 points. Alex Caruso had 20. Aaron Wiggins had 18. Both of those guys coming off the bench for the Thunder outscored every player on the Pacers. Tyrese Halliburton led them with 17 points. Miles Turner had 16. Pascal Siakam with 15. The Red Sox beat the Yankees 11-7. Home run fest in the Bronx as Trevor Story, Rafael Devers, Abraham Toro, Carlos Navarez, and Christian Campbell all went yard for Boston. Aaron Judge had his 22nd and 23rd home runs of the year. Cooper Flagg plans to have a private visit with the Mavericks in Dallas June 17th. The NBA draft will be June 25th. Jalen Ramsey will not attend Dolphins minicamp. They're looking to trade him. I'm Martin Weiss.
Here's your weatherology forecast. I'm meteorologist Jennifer Wojcicki. 76 today, under sunny skies. Winds out of the northwest, 10 to 20 miles per hour. Clear skies, tonight, 47. Tomorrow, highs around 89. Temperatures above average Wednesday and Thursday, with highs from the upper 80s to the low 90s. Storms possible both days. From the Weatherology Weather Center, I'm staff meteorologist Jennifer Wojcicki.
BD is made for today, tomorrow, and for what's needed next. They're advancing the world of health as one of the largest global medical technology companies in the world, supporting the heroes on the front lines of healthcare. BD, with locations in Broken Bow and across the world.
59 degrees under a sunny sky. Winds are picking up out of the northwest now at 5 to 15. Yesterday's high was 72. We picked up 1/100th of an inch from some light showers yesterday. We're at 2 inches and 77 for the month, which is very good news. 59 and sunny. Also good news, our next guest is in the studio. And Mo is here from Ideal Realty. Good morning, young lady.
Good morning.
It's good to have you in.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes the conversations before we go on the air throw you off just a little bit, so I apologize.
A little bit. We got off topic there.
We did a little bit.
It wasn't about housing at all.
No, it was not. It's about tractor pulls.
Yeah, and the such.
And rodeos.
And rodeos, yeah.
And Nashville, which you just came back from.
Just came back from Nashville, yeah. Took a quick trip over the weekend with high school classmates, and yeah, we had a great. I would go back. There's so much to see. It's crazy.
Did you stay on the main strip there?
Yeah, we didn't want to drive, so we stayed just off that. Just had to walk a little bit, but yeah, we went to the Ryman and toured it and Grand Ole Opry, and
nice.
Yeah, they have a museum there that's overwhelming, right there in that downtown area. And
yeah, you go to the Johnny Cash museum.
We didn't. That's one I didn't get.
Well,
to.
You'll want to go back to that. That's really good. And Patsy Cline's upstairs.
Really?
Yeah. I'd like to go back to see the Patsy Cline, and we didn't get through that.
Didn't get through that.
Yeah. Did you have to wear earplugs? Were you right? We stayed right on the.
Oh, and we were off.
Okay, because they pretty much play all night.
They do. They do. Well, the last night we stopped at the Bon Jovi bar, because he's nothing says Nashville like John Bon Jovi. And but it was on our way back to our hotel. And if they get enough money, they just keep playing.
Yeah.
So if you want to stay up all night, keep doling out cash, and they keep playing.
That's crazy. I think we were in the George Jones restaurant bar, and it was upstairs, and there were musicians. About every room you went to, there was somebody playing. You don't have to worry about finding music.
No, and it's every level has a different musician. It was. We had to go to Jason Aldean and get the chair drink.
Oh, tried that out?
Yeah. It wasn't very good.
Well, at least you tried it.
But you know what? The presentation, fantastic.
That's what it's all about.
You get a chair in it, a little plastic chair.
Oh, you do really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
yeah, you get a little plastic chair in the cup.
Oh, boy.
It's pretty funny.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot to see there, that's for sure. And I hope you enjoyed yourself.
We did. Now back to work.
Back to work. Lots of things being listed and sold.
Yes. Yeah. So right before, was it right before I left? No, right when I got back, I listed 2 houses. Right when I got back, listed 2, one in Sargent and one in Broken Bow, and the one in Broken Bow is sale pending.
Wow.
So I don't even get to talk about it as a new listing. So yeah, they're if you price them right, they're going.
Okay.
But I will tell you about the one in Sargent, 201 North Custer Avenue. It's ranch style slab on grade, which no basement. It's sometimes a good thing in Sargent.
Mm-hmm.
So it's 2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, laundry's off the kitchen. You have a bonus room off of the living room that it's converted garage space, but it gives you an extra room, like a family room, 2-stall attached garage. The furnace and the water heater are new. The roof is in really good shape, not that many years old. Then it has a detached garage, 1 stall with a shop on it. So a nice additional outbuilding. Corner lot, underground sprinklers.
Sounds nice.
Very nice house. So $85,000. I think that one's gonna probably go pretty quick too.
Yeah, and you mentioned the no basement. Nice for somebody who doesn't want to worry about stairs and that sort of thing.
Yeah, everything's on one level. You don't have to worry about stairs. I told my husband after doing this for 16 years, if we ever built a house, it would not have a basement. They're they're problems.
Yeah, they can
I have
be.
to sell them, but they're and if you don't take care of them, they are problems.
Yeah.
I should.
If you see a problem and look the other way, you're going to have a bigger one, aren't you?
Exactly.
Yeah.
You'll have a really big problem. So, and we had to do a lot of work with our foundation and basement. 1906. That's a few years. Had a few years on it before I had to do anything, but you got to keep that water away. Water is a menace.
Yeah, that's your enemy.
Yeah, and that's your problem with basements. You got to keep your gutters clean, your downspouts, free. Get those extensions on. Make sure you have enough dirt around your foundation. You have to pay attention.
And even, I think the ones that you can walk out of the basement to ground level, you have to watch those as well.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but those are really nice options. Because let's face it, we're going to have basements because we need the floor space.
I know. We do. Everybody needs more space, and it's I say take care of them. You're fine. It's what do I say? Efficient, more efficient to go down than up as far as your utilities. And it's easier to heat and cool. There's lots and lots of bonuses to it, but that's what I tell all of my homeowners. Take care of your basement, take care of your foundation, pay attention. Don't look the other way.
Don't look. Yeah. Roofs and basements, very important. Yeah.
Very important. Then I do have a listing that I've talked about, but she reduced 421 East South N Street. So it is southeast part of Broken Bow on the blacktop going out south of town by the substation out there. She is reduced to $296,000. which great price. It's an acreage, 1.23 acres, 5-bedroom, 3-bathroom, 2-stall garage, 2 carports. It has underground sprinklers in the front part of it. Everything, this one's move-in ready. Everything's done. Nice flooring. Basement's been redone. Does have its own septic and well. So very nice house. Like I said, she reduced. She was over 300,000. Now she's under 296,000. And then the last one is another acreage, the 10 acres south of Broken Bow, on Highway 21. It's just 7 minutes south of Broken Bow. It's an all-electric home, 3-bedroom, 2-bath. All the appliances are going to stay, including washer and dryer. The living room has a fireplace. It does have underground sprinklers. 2-stall attached garage, yards established. It has a Quonset animal shed and a feed bin.
Okay. On 21.
Yep.
Okay.
Down on South 21 and it has 10 acres on it. So.
All right. Obvious question, but I'm going to ask it anyway. Are you looking for more listings?
Yeah. Since, I listed one and sold it already, I need another one. Got to take that place. Yeah, we could use some listings and, we still have great properties, couple of them reduced. We're probably going to see a couple more probably reduced in the next week.
Okay.
I think I'm going to have an open house on the Sargent house next Wednesday is my plan.
Be a good chance to see that.
So if you want to see it, I'll have an open house in Sargent. I figure pizza night Wednesday over at the Rescue.
Yeah.
And that way I'll go do an open house and then I'll
you'll
go have some pizza. Win-win for Mo.
Plan ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah. Any commercial properties?
Do I have any commercial? That's a really good question, Dave.
I'm glad I asked.
I'm so glad you asked.
If you don't have any, are you looking for some?
Now I have to think really, really hard, and I don't.
Okay. But you will take some.
I will take some. Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah. Right. If you got any commercial space, let me know. Because I do get calls here and there for commercial space.
Somebody's looking for something.
They're looking to buy or rent. So
Yeah.
if you have something to rent, let me know too. We can help with that. We do property management, so we can help you with rental space.
Not just commercial here in Broken Bow, but around your area, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. Anything else?
No.
Okay.
No, I think that's it for today.
All right. Best way to reach you. I know you spend a lot of time making sure your website is fresh and taken care of and up to date, and you also probably take a lot of phone calls. Which is the best way?
My cell phone, 870-1406, and my website is Go Ideal Realty.
All right. And you can see pictures of some of the properties that you've talked about here.
Yes, and we're going to try to get, we've been a little lax on our videos, but I've got a high school employee now, so we'll get those back up and running.
Yes, very quickly.
Yeah, she just didn't act like it was any problem. I'm like, hey, I did some videos. I need to, the YouTube, and you can go on. Yeah. And she's like, yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's nice, though, to have help.
Right? I'm like, okay. It gives me anxiety to even think about doing it.
Yeah. A lot of us feel that way.
Yeah. And she's like, oh, yeah, I can do that. I'll do that next week. Okay.
All right. Well, reach out if you have something that you're thinking about selling. A good idea would be to talk with Mo about the best way to present that property and how to advertise it and all of those sorts of things. And if you're looking to buy, go see the banker first, right?
Sure. That's great. Great first step.
Okay. Thank you.
Yes. Thanks,
very
Dave.
much. We'll catch back up on some Johnny Cash. It's Johnny Cash Day here on The Breakfast Show. Johnny Cash with Ring of Fire here on The Breakfast Show, 9:17, almost 9:18. Almost forgot to mention, Brent, that this is Donald Duck Day.
All right. Love Donald Duck, especially when he gets mad.
Yes.
Donald has a tendency to lose his temper. Yeah. Poor thing.
He is 91 today.
Wow.
Yep. The character made his first appearance, some of you probably know this, in an animated short called The Wise Hen on June 9th of 1934, and people have been pulling their cheeks back trying to sound like him ever since. During World War II, Donald Duck starred in a bunch of anti-Nazi propaganda movies. That would get him totally canceled today, but was very popular during that period of time. So he was used to fight the Nazis, basically. It's also National Earl Day.
Oh,
so
okay.
If you know an Earl or your name is Earl, it's a celebration of you, dude, because you don't have to be a famous Earl, or heck, you don't have to be of royalty or anything like that. But here's to you. And the name Earl comes from the German pronunciation Jarl, which means warrior king.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so if you're a Earl, you're a king today.
All right.
Yep. Johnny Depp is 62 today. Dick Vitale is 86. Yeah. Sportscaster, former head basketball coach, known for his 40-year career and as an analyst for ESPN. Which reminds me, since I know you like to talk sports, before we do that, Michael J. Fox is 64 today. In that ball game last night, the Red Sox and the Yankees, not only was the right field porch annoying, so were the announcers.
Oh.
ESPN isn't like you're watching Homer announcers. They're supposed to be announcing the game fairly.
Unbiased.
Okay. Yes.
Something tells me you didn't feel as though they were.
Well, the first 4 or 5 innings, it was the Yankees show. They were diving into the third baseman, and they interviewed him. They talked to him.
I saw that.
Yeah.
I am not a fan of this.
I'm not either.
I get what they're going for. Now, when they do this at the All-Star game, I'm all for that.
That makes sense.
I think that's cool. When they mic up players when they're in the field during the All-Star game. Completely get it. I think it's kind of cool. But when it's a competitive game, and the person they talked to, at least when I saw it, was Chisholm, who was playing third base for the Yankees. They're talking to him. And right in the middle of the interview, he gets this tough ground ball hit to him. He's in the middle of an interview. He scoops the ball, makes a great play to just field the ball.
Yeah, he had to reach out for it.
But then throws wide, and I think they ruled it a hit, and rightfully so, because it was going to be a tough play. But then he throws wild at first base. But this is all when he's like talking to the announcers, and I'm just like, man, if I'm the manager, I don't know if I'm really happy about this. I'm like, this, you know, he's in the field, man, and he might have to make a play. So I don't know if doing a interview when you're in the field, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. I just don't know if that's necessarily fair to the player or fair to the team, but maybe I'm overblowing the situation. But the All-Star game, I love it.
Yeah.
Because, listen, you're just showcasing the talent of players. And if you do it during the All-Star game, I think it's a neat feature. But during an actual competitive game, I don't know. And last night was kind of an example of that. I mean, you gotta be ready. Got to be ready to go. And I'll give credit to the guy. He made a great play to field a tough ground ball, but you know, then he kind of throws wild. But he's got to do. You know, he's trying to react to a ground ball right when he's in the middle of interviewing with guys who are talking to him from the booth.
Yeah, he caught it, but he had to spin clear around to make the throw.
He did, yeah.
I agree with that. I think that should be eliminated. They need to be playing ball, not worrying about
Now, if
having
you
an
want to
interview.
talk to, they'll talk to the manager in the dugout or something.
Or a
If you-
player,
or a
yeah.
player. You want to talk to them when they're in the dugout. Completely get it, but boy, when they're in the field and in the heat of the moment, I don't know if that's necessarily the appropriate time to do an interview. But that's just me.
That was all right because they hadn't really talked about the Red Sox at all the first 5 innings. It was this Yankee, that Yankee, this pitcher. The pitcher had been got his body back in shape. They were just going on and on and on. I'm going. I actually thought for a while. I went, what channel is this on? This must be the Yankees announcers. And then when the Sox started scoring and making they were behind 2-0, I think, when they were talking about all the Yankee things. When they scored and tied it up, and then they started getting their bats going, then they actually paid attention to them. They weren't even talking about who was up to the plate. It was, and these analysis they get into, and I imagine there's some listeners out there right now going, "You're just as bad as they are because you're sitting here talking about it for as long as you have been." But they talk about everything but what's going on the field. And it just drives me crazy. But in this case, it was all Yankees. Mr. Wright and I are going to have it out. I can just tell. There's Johnny Cash with Man in Black. The names that we have collected. And the call-in is brought to you by the Grocery Cart and RTA's Hardware here in Broken Bow, so get those phones ready. Going to let you call in here in just a little bit. We'll be drawing for 6 winners on Friday of this week. And we'll write your name and number down when you call in. And we'll do that while we listen to our final song of the day, which will also be from Johnny Cash. And I better dial that in here before I promote that. There we go. Yes, 3 minutes and 24 seconds. That's
All right.
quite a good amount of time for you to call in. The number to call is 872-2801. Start calling now, 872-2801. All the folks who have called in, appreciate that very much. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in during that period of time. So 6 people have registered or re-registered for getting entered into those great prizes. Luke, Bryan, Ashley Cook, and Baker Blankenship on Friday the 27th. Bailey Zimmerman, Cooper Allen, and Angie Kay on Saturday the 28th. We'll be drawing for those tickets this coming Friday.
All right.
Anything else on your mind, Brent?
No, just a reminder that programming note later in the week we'll have live coverage of, if I can talk, Broken Bow American Legion Seniors Baseball. We'll have coverage of their game against Holdridge when they host them at Paul Brown Field in Broken Bow on Wednesday night. First pitch scheduled for around 8 o'clock, so that'll be Wednesday. Then the following night, we're going to move over to Tyke Arnold Field at Tomahawk Park, and we'll have coverage of Broken Bow Spirit 18U softball when they take on Cozad. Opening pitch for our coverage will be around 6:30 on Thursday. So join us for baseball and softball this week on KBBN Radio.
Okay, Brent, thank you very much. Appreciate it. Folks, thanks for listening and watching, whichever you have done today. Last note here, Larry Cotner noted, Sodbusters games are awesome to attend in Hastings. If you ever get a chance, he recommends it. That's, of course, Larry Cotner, longtime sportscaster here at KCNI, KBBN Radio.
Yeah, Larry will be with me this week. So look forward to
doing some baseball.
Yeah, doing some baseball together again.
All right, we're going to hear from our sponsors who helped us with the call-in, and then we'll come back and close the show.
It's a local partnership that saves you money at the pump. The Grocery Cart and Trotters Woe and Go have partnered up. Shop at the GK and earn rewards with each dollar that you spend that you can use for discounts on gas at the West Broken Bow Trotters location or on free items in store. Make sure you watch for bonus items as well for more points. Come see us at the Grocery Cart in Broken Bow to sign up for Grocery Cart rewards.
Hi, Central Nebraska. This is Brent Apperson with KCNI, KBBN Radio, here to talk all things RT Ace Hardware, the namesake of Ryan and Tiffany, who join us. Now, Ryan, there's a rumor that there are red-hot buys going on at Ace right now. Can you confirm that rumor?
Yes, I can confirm that literally we have a lot of grills and griddles in stock at great prices.
And Tiffany, do those savings apply to helping make my yard beautiful as well?
They sure do. From fertilizer and mulch to weed killers and lawn tools, we have it.
Okay, you two, last question. Is Ace Rewards really as awesome as everybody is saying it is?
You bet it is.
Well, you heard it here, folks. Shop RTA's Hardware in Broken Bow for grills, griddles, and all things lawn care and beyond.
All right. Thank you, Tiffany and Ryan. Appreciate that very much. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
The folks at Nebraska State Bank want to wish you and your family a happy and safe summer, filled with lots of memory-making fun. Barbecues, swimming, ball games, and the county fair are some of the best parts of summer. They look forward to all the local celebrations and parades and hope to see you there too. Do your banking at nesb.bank. Nebraska State Bank and Trust Company, member FDIC.
Well, you should always be thankful, and I'm thankful that in our conversation today about the brickyard at Hastings, that Bob Bowles was not here to once again tell his story about how he hit the wall with his long hit years ago when he played for the Holdridge American Legion team.
Yeah.
Not that it isn't a good story. It just gets a little more embellished each time.
I was going to say the story's gotten bigger over time. Is that the way to put it?
The hit has gotten longer.
Yes.
The story's gotten bigger.
And it takes more time to tell.
Much more time, yes. Thanks, everybody.